Hello friends, welcome to another episode of Instant Film Model Shoots. I'm David Miller. I want to talk to you about a recent trip I made to Sacramento, California. This is a place where I originally shot with Alina Lee, and she no longer lives there, but a lot of the people she was associated with do, and they found my work and I found their work because of her. So I made a special trip in April of 2019 to go up there. I actually wanted to meet a makeup artist and a photographer, and then as far as models go, I didn't have like a set list of like I have to shoot with these people, but I really wanted to meet these other people, and you know, a model shoot seemed like a good excuse to collaborate with them. So I had scheduled 2 other models. The first one canceled because she was out of town, and then the second one didn't show up, though I didn't know that was going to happen. As soon as the first one canceled, as I was boarding my flight to Sacramento that morning, I quickly messaged one of my other people I was looking forward to working with in Sacramento. Her name is Clayton, and I messaged her and a few others. Mia got back to me right away. It was 6 a.m. and the flight was taking off. You know, they were telling us to turn off the cell phones. I was so ecstatic because when you have to set up a spontaneous shoot, it's incredibly difficult for scheduling reasons, but also like explaining yourself and your style of imagery making, so on and so forth. Luckily, the makeup artist Jillian Wilkey and the model Mia had worked together, so I think name dropping Jillian helped in getting Mia to come in. So Mia was the only model we had, and that was fine because I only had about 3 hours to do anything in Sacramento. Mia is very tall. She's more of a fashion model, and we were lucky that the photographer Raul Gonzo happens to live in a house where he has his own unusual, almost Pee-wee's Playhouse-like set there, and he was willing to let me use it. Of course, I don't ever want to photograph what other people photograph, and even if it's like a buddy of mine, you know, I wouldn't use their backdrops, their props, their set. I mean, it just isn't a good thing to mix visions of photographers when it isn't offered. In the past, I have paid for studio makeup artists, models, and then had other people show up and start taking pictures, and I thought that was just the douchiest thing one photographer could do to another, is have somebody else set up everything and then, you know, swoop in and take a few shots as if you were the originator of that artwork. So shooting in Raul's house, I limited myself to shooting against the pier walls. I didn't want to use any of his furniture or props, and that turned out to be the way to go because he would have a wall that's completely blue and he would have a wall that's completely yellow. With my Polaroid 1-Step Plus, I'm able to do double exposures. So I thought it would be interesting to do a little color mixing, have the model shot against one wall, move her over, same pose, same distance, and we measured with a tape measure each time, and reshoot that. Now I tried to align Mia perfectly in these shots, and as you can see, it wasn't perfect, but I knew it wasn't going to be perfect. I just tried my best to have it be exactly the same. And what we ended up with is sort of that RGB separation look that I think is pretty cool. Mia having mostly black outfits was really helpful for this. We didn't have a lot of space to work with, but once you set up a precedent, you're like, okay, we're gonna do one here, one here. All you need to do is just slight variations of it. The variations could be in pose, it could be in prop, it could be in adding an extra special effect. So I had my prism filter that I got for my Polaroid cameras, went ahead and stuck that on for a few of these, and I think we got a cool little set. Most of these images were shot with regular plain old 1-Step Plus color film, and I knew it was fresh because the colors were coming out correctly. I did have a couple shots of the gradient border left, and those are in my camera. I don't think there's any fresh gradient left, unfortunately. Around December, I was haunting all the Targets and picking up all the packs of gradient I could find, and I thought it was such a cool look that I've been buying it consistently throughout 2019, but the reason why it was clearanced at Target in the first place is because it was going to expire, and most of the results I've gotten with gradient film since then have not really been to my liking. I mean, if you are into Polaroid because you like the flaws and you like the aged look, then, you know, by all means, there it is. But I think that I am done with the gradient and the rose gold frames, unfortunately. I might try and make a zine out of the material I've shot with all of it. I think that's, you know, a good way to wrap up that era. But for now, I think I'm going to stick with getting Polaroid Originals regular color, because I'm pretty sure that it's all going to be fresh, and I'm going to get the kind of colors that I actually want rather than ones that are so off that they distract from the image. Thanks for watching. Talk to you next time.